We'll conclude this section by implementing the assets view. So what will assets view contain? Well, if we go to the portfolio, we can see our top assets, and here you can see top 3 assets. The similar logic will be in the assets view, but here you will see all assets you have, not just the first 3. Let's start by adding some title. We'll add assets title, and also to the content page we will add the collection view and define some properties. The first property is item source. We are going to bind that to the assets collection. We are going to define shortly. Next, selection mode will be none, so we won't be supporting selection mode selection of any asset on this screen. And item template, this again comes from the resource dictionary, and this is static resource asset cell. We will also have an option to create a new transaction from this screen. So we will also add a toolbar item to this screen. Let's add toolbar items section and just add one toolbar item. Text of the toolbar item is going to be add order primary, priority 0, and command. We are going to bind that to the add transaction command. The next piece we need is the assets view model. This will inherit from base view model. Let's bind that to the binding context of the assets view. So binding context of the assets view is app.container.resolve assets view model. And on the onAppearing method, we are going to take our binding context. Let's cast that to the assets view model and perform initialize async method so that we can actually load data in this method. We are missing async here. Okay, here we will override initialize async, and what we will be needing is 2 dependencies. The first one dependency is going to be iWallet controller to get the coins, that is the assets we currently have in our wallet. And the next dependency we need is iNavigation service, so that we can navigate to the add transaction view and create another transaction. Let's create a new constructor and we will initialize both these dependencies. We will also need the observable collection named assets. And this will be our coins. Let's also resolve observable collection and rename this to assets. The final piece we need is the add transaction command. So let's define that as well. Add transaction command. And we are also missing some musings. Okay, let's implement the add transaction. Since it's pretty straightforward, so we will just call navigation service, and to the current stack we will push the add transaction view model. Also, one other place when we need to define the same logic is in the wallet view model. We have left the to-do here to navigate to the add transaction view. So let's define that here as well. I need to resolve add transaction view model, and here as well I need to inject the navigation service. And let's provide that to the constructor. Our navigation service is equal to the navigation service. Okay, final piece is the initialize async method. This is very simple. So we will use our wallet controller to get the list of coins, and once we have that, we will create new observable collection from that list and just give it to the assets property, and that's it. I'm missing async here, and just in case I can initialize this to the new observable collection just to not get some null reference exceptions. And we have our assets here, and click on the add, navigates to the add transaction view.